Hello, good afternoon. My name is Samantha from East Africa Visual Artists, and we're here in Barra, working with journalists in Barra. And today we're going to speak to one of the oldest journalists in Barra about journalism as a tool for advocacy in Barra district. Tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Anita Maska. I am a journalist. I work at Radio West. Radio West is part of the big Family of Vision group, major here in Mbarara and the surrounding districts.
What do you do at Radio West?
Yes, at Radio West, I am a news reporter. I am also a sitting editor. I am a freelancer. A freelancer is paid per what you do. So you cannot say, I will sit until I get a health story. If a crime story comes, you cover it. If we are here for human rights advocacy, you go there. You don't just sit there and wait.
What has stood out for you? What's been that one story that when you wake up in the morning, this has defined my career as a journalist?
I don't remember which year, but I went and attended a workshop. It was on maternal health. By then I had not had a child, but I felt so bad to see that 16 women were dying every day due to labor-related cases. So I started up advocacy for maternal health. I did a story on women. I gave it a title, Silent Donkey. A silent donkey that works all the time and is paid a peanut. Sometimes you're not paid. If you're a housewife, you have to do everything. You have to take the children to school. You have to make sure they eat. You have to make sure the house is clean. You have to make sure your husband's clothes are washed, but you are not paid. So that's the story that gave me an award. And I am so proud about it. I have participated in several other awards, though I have not won, but it is okay. Yes.
I've participated in a number of awards myself, and I have not won any yet. So I'm really proud of you for that moment.
Yes.
Have you bothered to follow up on the statistics since you started? Has maternal death reduced since then?
Actually, when we started, we thought the cases were so many and they were underreported. Because I understand, even up to now, they say they're around 19, but I hope and I trust that they're underreported. Because there are several women that die in villages there, and their cases are not reported, or they are reported late, or maybe others don't go to the hospitals. Yes, several women in the villages don't go to the hospitals. Yes, I appreciate the ministry is doing a lot of advocacy, sensitization to make sure that maternal health is improved, but the challenges are still there.
Okay. All your 10 years of a journalist, has it always been in rural Uganda? Has it always been in Barra?
Yes.
Do you, in your opinion, past 10 years, and I know that you're a journalist, but that doesn't mean that you're isolated from other journalists that are not in Barra. Do you feel like there's a divide or a difference between the journalists that are in the urban areas versus journalists in upcountry or in rural areas?
When we share experience with journalists in other media houses or in other locations or in other countries, I think that for them they're better off. The biggest challenge with us upcountry is facilitation. Even when you are wise, even when you have the courage to do stories that can maybe compete on national and international level, you find you're not well facilitated. You are not well facilitated to go and cover that story. You don't have the courage. You will do a story, it will be paid. I don't want to mention it on camera. So for you to like save for such a big story that you want to investigate or you want to do, it needs a lot of courage. If you have not met an organization that you can pitch to and they fund you, even other organizations you will pitch, if you have made a budget of maybe 2M to do a story, they will say, I'm giving you 200,000. Yes, It is there. We have been doing it. You pitch to an organization, you want to do a story, and your budget is 1 million. They respond, we don't have that money. Will you go on with that story?
No.
You kill it. Yes, that is that. I think that is the greatest challenge, facilitation.
Okay. What do you think organizations like East African visual artists that have taken on journalism as a tool for advocacy for human rights, what can they do to support?
I'll give an example of Akime. Akime is African Center for Media Excellency. The approach they used, they would invite us, take us for trainings. 1 week, after 1 week, you compete for story grants. You pitch, you are given a grant, you go and do a story. So I think Eva can also do the same. You call for pitches, we pitch our story ideas, and if given chance, one wins. All, like we were 20, if you consider like 5 of us, it would be good to go. It would be a good start.
Okay. Anything else that you'd love to tell us?
I wanted to share my experience as a female journalist.
Yes.
Yes, as a female journalist. Even if you went in that room we're training in, we are only like 8 female journalists. The rest are male. The ladies, we are few in the field. Most of the ladies that started journalism, most of us have pulled out. You either go do business, or you are a full-time housewife. Yes, but for my case, I have maneuvered. I have my 2 girl children. They are in school. I am working, and I'm not about to give up.
It's powerful, yeah? But apart from the challenges of balancing your home and work, inside, within the field of journalism itself, are there any any challenges that are particular to sex or gender?
Yes, I am going to talk for all of us, not particularly where I work from. Of course, most challenges cut across. Now that I am an editor, I have also started feeling it. Like you will call a female journalist to go to a field. Then you call a male journalist to go to the field. Trust me, the man will deliver faster than the female. That, I think that is a general challenge, and I don't know what we are going to do about it. Until us ladies discover that we are in a competitive world, I don't think female journalists can beat male journalists in this field.
Is that sexual harassment, like in the field?
It is obvious, and it doesn't appear. Okay, it doesn't happen only to female journalists.
Okay.
Yes, we have seen stories of marks. That is sexual harassment. If you don't give me, I will not give you your marks. So the same applies to us journalists. Only that most of us are tricky. You have to learn to beat that challenge. One, you will go to someone's office, you want a comment. Trust me, he wants to take you to bed first.
For a comment?
No,
long is this comment?
No, because you want a story.
Okay.
And this is a person that maybe is well placed. So every time you have to run to him. Then if you also don't give him, do you think he will continue getting stories? But that wouldn't be a very big problem. It wouldn't be a very big problem, but just know it is there. Not necessarily for a comment, but just know we are being harassed.
For journalism to be effective, we have to have real-time reporting. We have to follow up with subjects. All issues that have come up in this conversation, that it's not possible in rural Uganda because there is no facilitation. The journalists are working under very hard conditions. There's sexism, and it makes it really difficult for stories in rural Uganda to be broken immediately as they happen. And we constantly find ourselves in a cycle of old news. Let's do it better. Let's be different. Whoever is concerned about this issue, please support journalists in rural Uganda as much as you support journalists who you know of from central Uganda. But also organizations that offer support, organizations that support investigative journalism, recording of human rights. Please pick on these causes, especially, again, for rural Uganda. It's very unfortunate to keep on funding an overly funded port. Yeah, urban Uganda, it's been a good run, but could we push support over to rural Uganda? But also journalists, there's so many opportunities out there that you should be able to tap into. No one is going to fund something when you've not been doing anything at all. Nobody wants to invest in something where they don't have precedent. So please, start small. These small stories, investigate the issues around you before you say you want to break a story worth 100 million shillings. There's the stories of a border of 5,000, 2,000. Go onto that border and go where you're going. Passion is usually half the work. If you stop looking at the work as a check, but look at it as something to change the world, like Yava says, for advocacy, you'll find that it's actually not as hard to achieve as you think it is. But also there are organizations internationally that support journalists. You can always look out, just go into your computer and type pitch desks. CNN as equals supports human rights stories. What other organization is that? Open Democracy supports pitches. Just Google. Just go and say organizations that support pitches on human rights, and you'll find that there are so many. But also, yes, can we all just there's no such thing as bad press. Even when you're scared of speaking about something, speak about it. It will be different. And as East African visual artists, we are committed, as we have been, to continuously empower journalists with capacity building, especially towards reporting on human rights injustices. And we are committed to continuously taking to the advice given to us by the journalists, and what we can do in our capacity, we commit that we shall do. And what we cannot do, we call upon support from other organizations and individuals that can support the journalists to do the work that they do. Thank you so much. My name is Samantha. Bye.